What's up, everyone? Welcome Squad, and welcome back to Slav Guns. We're continuing our coverage here at SHOT Show Media Day, and I'm at the HK booth. We're getting ready to take a look and shoot the Vp9 optics ready gun, which is the Vp9 2020, and the Hk SP5, which is the first civilian version of Hk Vp9. So, looking forward to it, and we're going to continue our coverage. Wow. It's fun though.
Yeah, and it's fun. Hold high on the white plates if you shoot.
Sorry boys and girls, no interview here with an HK rep. Instead, I'll give you my first impressions. Now, in full fairness and disclosure, I'm not an MP5 fanboy, so just take my comments in that regard. The main advantage with SP5 obviously is that it's the first real semi-automatic HK MP5 for the civilian market from HK rather than a third-party company, either from HK Old Machinery or whatnot. The gun had very nice fit and finish, and it was a joy to shoot. It was a joy to handle. It obviously takes standard MP5 magazines, and it works. If you are an MP5 fan, you're probably going to go run out and you're going to go buy the gun. The only thing that might hold you back, though, is the price tag. I mean, it's $27.95 MSRP, and right now in Gunbroker we're going for close to $3,000. I think it'll probably come down to low twos, and at that price point you'll kind of have to make your own determination whether you want to buy it or not, especially when there are other really nice 9mm PC carbine type guns available out there. So let's move on to the other HK introduction, which I think more people are gonna like, and it's the Hk Vp9 2020.
You're supposed to know knowledgeable about how to make that flare. I know if I open it up. Oh, okay, yeah. Everyone comes out with research, but just something slightly different. Yeah. The SP5. I'm sure that's by the one reverse stretch.
Alright, I just noticed. All the HK guns that are out there were loaded with 5 rounds in the magazine. That's ridiculous. Alright, so the Hk Vp9 2020. What it is, it's not a brand new SKU, but rather it's a whole new line of updates for the Vp9 that were introduced in 2020. So not going to be a separate SKU, it's just going to be any guns, any Vp9s that you're purchasing from this point forward, you are going to get the new updates to them. So there are a number of major updates with it. Number one is you're going to have the new magazines, which are going to be holding 17 rounds versus 15. This is actually going to be a good update for them, particularly because when you look at the HKP30 and the Vp9, which shares the same magazine, you're going to be 15 rounds versus almost any other gun out there, such as the Glock 17 and so forth. They're going to be 17 rounds or more. Some of the CZs are 18, 19 rounds. So this is going to be a good update. I still think that you're going to have the nice extensions from X-Tech Tactical, and I do like those. That's going to bring it up to 20, so go that way. Number two, what they did was they modified the sights to make them a little bit more clean. I know the HK sights sometimes are a little bit busy with the 3 big white dots, so what they did was they have a high contrast front sight, and then the back sights are just now black serrated for nice and clean, my personal preference. And lastly, and the biggest improvement to the Vp9 is going to be that is optics ready. So if you do have a cut in the top of the slide, that's going to have a cover on that, and then you can buy individual plates, and the plates are going to be available for 5 different types of mounting options you buy them separately and you're going to mount your optic on top. The one thing that I would caution though, particularly with firearms such as this, is when you put a red dot on top of a gun that wasn't designed for a dot to begin with, it will change the shooting characteristics, sometimes for the better, most often for the worst. With guns such as the Vp9, the P30, and a lot of the SIGs, they are already fairly top heavy, and now you're adding more weight to the slide of the gun. It just felt a little slowish. Again, I mean, it had limited exposure with the optic mounted to the gun, however, I am looking forward to seeing how it is. I am hoping that in the next couple of months we'll have a Vp9 that's optics ready, and we'll put a couple of different optics on it. So I'll have probably a Burris and a Trichicon RMR that we'll play with. So that's the Vp9. Overall though, I think it's good improvements even if you're not going to be adding optics to it. Just the improvements in the sights and the improvements in the magazine capacity, that's going to help. Although it's going to be interesting to see whether we're going to sell the 15s and the 17s side by side. Generally, it's not going to be an issue anymore, as I think there's only now one state, which is Colorado, that has 15-round magazine limits. Everyone else, including Jersey, went down to 10 rounds. But for HK mags. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, my apologies, we didn't really have interviews from HK, but I did have the shooting footage that I did want to put out into the video. Once again, do take a look, if you're interested in this gun, do take a look at the video that I did on the Hk P30, which I do think is a terrific firearm that's going to be all around. So take a look at the video linked above. Make sure to subscribe, click the like button if you enjoy the video, and share it with your friends, and I'll see you next time.